Now that you know how to write a Java program, let's look at core concepts of Java. We'll explore variables, which allow us to store and manipulate data. So create a class. So you need to right-click on SRC, click on New, and then Class. You can name this class what you want. I'm going to name mine var intro. You can check the public static void main method, which is where your program will start execution from, and then you can click finish. In Java, variables are named storage locations used to store data values. These values can be numbers, characters, text strings, or more complex data structures. Variables allow you to manipulate and work with data in your programs. To create a variable, you will need a data type. Data types specify what kind of data your variables can hold. In Java, we have various data types. We have the int data type, which can be used to store whole numbers. To store whole numbers, we also have byte, short, and long, depending on the size of the whole number. We also have double and float, which can be used to store floating point numbers, char for characters, and string for text strings. To store a number, you need the int data type, or byte, short, long. So if I want to store age, I can put the data type, which is int, and the name of the variable, age. This is how to declare a variable. We can also have string to store text strings like sentences, words, and so on. String name. We can have double to store decimal numbers. So before using a variable, you need to declare it, and this is how to declare it. This informs the compiler about the variable's name and data type. Now that we have created our variable, we can initialize this. You can either initialize while declaring or later on in your program. For example, I can put age equals to 7 here. But I could also initialize while declaring. Initializing simply means assigning a value to your variable. Int age equals to 7. String name equals to, I can just use my name, Khadija Mohammed. Weight, I can put in a random number. Let me put 45.5. So this is how to initialize variables while declaring. Values are going to be assigned to the variables because of this equal sign. You can also initialize after declaring. You could come later and put in age 8. So when you're initializing later on, you don't need to declare the data type anymore. So now that you know how to declare and initialize variables, let's try printing these variables to the console. Previously, when we were printing, we printed hello world. Let me put that up on the screen. This way. So when we wanted to print out something exactly as it is, we use the quotes. It's just like this, hello world. We can also print out values of a variable. So let's say I want to print out this name. I can simply put system println this will print out whatever I have stored in the variable name. Anytime your compiler does not see quotes, it's going to look in your code for a variable called name. So here we go, the name. If I would have put this exactly in quotes, it would have printed it exactly as it is in quotes, like this. So now let's try printing age and weight. To do that, we simply just have to put the name of the variable age here, for example, and weight here. Here you go. So now you know how to print out variables. Let's try printing a sentence along with a variable. For example, let's say I want to say my name is Khadija Mohammed. We'll start with system.out.println system. Then my name is space what I have stored in this variable name. The plus sign is used to concatenate a string and another string or another variable. This plus simply means join this to this. So if I put name here, it's going to join my name is, as it is written like this, plus it's going to join in what I have stored in this variable name. Remember when statements end with a semicolon. So our int age equals to 7 ended with a semicolon. This one too also ended with a semicolon. Let's run this. Here you go. My name is and what I have stored in this variable name. So let's say we want to print my name is a name and I am this years old. We will still use this way, system.out.println. My name is name, the variable name, and you need to put a plus sign to also concatenate another text. So this way, so my name is this and I am, let's say we want to put what is in this variable age. We simply use the plus sign and the name of the variable plus again, since we want to concatenate another string, plus years old. Remember the space so it can give you space when printing the variable. Here you go. My name is Khadija Mohammed and I am 8 years old. So this is just an example. So the reason this has 8 is because remember after initializing age to 7, we changed here to 8 again. So it's going to be used the last initialized value. In Java, we also have comments. The Java comments are the statements in a program that are not executed by the compiler and interpreter. You can write comments by simply using this and writing what you want, anything here. This will not be interpreted or compiled. Comments are used to make the program more readable by adding the details of the code. It makes easy to maintain the code and to find the errors easily. The comments can be used to provide information or explanation about the variable, and you'll see with methods, class, or any statement. You can write comments this way, hello, or multi-line comments this way, so on. So if I would have put this in a comment, it will not run. Let me show you. Can you see there's no hello world printed because it's in the comments. So you can just use it to maybe explain what you're writing, so you can come back to it in the future and understand what you have written. So now you know how to concatenate string. Let's also try to perform an operation with integers. You can have this int x equals to 5. Remember, this is a variable x and it has a value 5. Int y equals to 10. This is a variable y and it has a value 10. We can then have int sum equals to x plus y, this way. So this is going to add what I have stored in the variable x and what I have stored in the variable y. So that is 5 plus 10, and that's going to be assigned to the variable sum. So let's try to print this out. Here you go. We can also add a word to this. Remember, just simply using quotes and concatenating the variable. Here you go. So now that you understand variables, we can go to string manipulation and operators.